We're here today and we're in St. Helen. We're going out on the trails. Now, a lot of people think going out on the trails in the winter, you take snowmobiles. We're actually going out on ATVs. We've got a bunch of people here with us today. And Melissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about where we're at and what we're going to be doing?
All right, well, here in the heart of St. Helen right now, which is about to take us into the heart of the trails here. So today what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be riding side-by-sides, and we're going into the same trail systems that you would go out if you're going to ride here in the summer. We have connection over 200 miles of trails into the county, and from right here we could head out into Roscommon, we could ride into West Branch, we could ride into Houghton Lake, go out into Gladwin. We can go really any direction we want to go, but it's winter right now, so it's not severe restrictions, but there's, you know, some trail etiquette restrictions per se, but we have shared routes here, so there are snowmobile traffic and ATV or UTV traffic as well, so we do our best to make sure that those groomed snowmobile trails we're going to avoid today, but there's so many trails here today, we still have plenty of cool things to show.
I'm anxious to get out there and get riding around on some of these trails and see what it's like. What do you say we can go?
All right, let's do it.
Let's go. We're on the trail here in St. Helen, and we are now at exit 222. Who can tell me what this is all about?
Well, this is one of those 222 mysteries. None of us actually know where the sign came from, but it's a big staple of, you know, the community as far as the off-road community here in the area. And exit 222 is all of St. Helen. It's exit 222 off of 75.
Okay.
So that's what it's representing, but to a lot of people, this is their little piece of heaven. So it's really kind of blown up and become its own representation for the area in a way as well.
And nobody really knows how that sign got there?
No, it just kind of showed up one day out here and people started finding it and posting pictures of it, and even ourselves, we were riding around trying to find where it was, because the pictures would post but nobody would tell you where it was, so we even ourselves just recently found it, and we ride a lot.
So you get out here, you start riding around, you can start checking out and find out where the sign is at out here. You'll be one of the few people that can actually tell where it's at.
Yeah, we're not telling you where we're at right now.
Okay. Why don't you tell me where we're going though?
All right, well, I think we're going to get ready to head over to the free area, maybe known as the scramble area or the sand hill. There's a lot of different names. Some people call it the toy box. If you were here in the summer, you'd understand why. If you think this is a lot of machines in the summer, that place just fills up like a beach.
Really?
Full of these and trucks and Jeeps, but it's still a lot of fun. It's a different element in the winter, and we'll take you out there and show you some of the ripping.
Okay, let's do it. They call it scramble area. It's kind of a sandy area out here. You can kind of see some trails that shoot around. You don't have to stay right on a trail. You can move in different positions out here. We're going to stand out here in the middle a little bit, and they're going to be running around all around us, so we're going to see what it looks like. Maybe get some good shots.
So Melissa, tell me about this. Is 2 square miles of what?
So it is a playland for ATVs and ORVs. Basically, within this boundary of this area, the scramble area or free area that they call it here in St. Helen, within those boundaries, the difference is like being along the side or on the actual trails, they ask you to stay on the trails. Well, in this particular area, it's allowed to, you know, do what you do, play. If you think you can climb that hill, climb it. But there's specific areas also within this area or boundary zone that people mostly play at, and we're at one of them right now, which is the hill climb or the sand hill. It's one of like the big dunes in the area where people will, as you saw earlier, whip around. And then there's also another hill climb that is a larger one, and then there's a rock area that's actually
Okay.
been built out here because we don't have a lot of rock naturally in the area. So
Right.
when they built this particular area for people and created it, they actually put in rocks and had rock courses. We don't, with our machines, play on them, but the Jeeps have a lot of fun out there.
Oh, I bet they do.
They do.
I bet they do.
There's also some cyclone spots up here that people do donuts in that are worn about 4 feet down into the sand from going in circles. And then there's actually some trails that interconnect in between the sand hills and stuff, but they're pretty tight to get most machines down.
Well, Teresa, isn't there something online that the DNR has that shows these trails?
They do. If you go to michigan.gov into the DNR section, they do have the ORV handbook right on there. They have a digital copy so that you know where you can ride the ORVs, when you can ride. I know there's some restrictions during hunting season.
Okay.
And in Roscommon County, what's neat is they have a number of the forest roads are open to ORV traffic. So they have those maps online also. A Google search will do good to help you find those maps.
Okay.
But it should be on the michigan.gov site.
So it might be a good idea to print those out. Is there any place that maybe they can go to get having an already printed copy?
Well, I know for the trails, Roscommon County does have a map that we have had printed for
Okay.
us. And you could get that by emailing the Tourism Bureau, the Houghton Lake Area Tourism Bureau.
Okay. So there's all kinds of ways to get maps of the trails, and you got to get out here and try. This is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Different fun in the winter. Not one I'm used to. I like it.